Ladies and gentlemen of 01, my name is the Powder Keg Jimmy Karryt, and welcome to my humble abode. B.A. Malkin's been a thorn in my side for quite some time. You see, when you threw me off a stage through a door, you said you killed me. When you powerbombed me from one ladder through, not onto, but through another ladder, you said you killed me. You split my head open with a steel chair. Gave me a concussion that I had to walk away from the ring from. You want to end me so badly, and I can't figure out why. I can't. You don't know what you're asking. You really don't. But you will. I'm going to make a comparison to somebody you've probably never heard of. Anybody out there ever heard of rock and roll Buck Zumoff? Well, if you're a 70s and 80s fan, maybe you have. You know what Buck's known for? Aside from atrocities outside the ring that are honestly unspeakable, what he's known for inside the ring is being the first person that The Undertaker ever put inside a body bag. And that's the comparison, B.A. Nobody remembers him for anything. Just like you. No one will remember you either. The high note in your career will be a footnote in mine. You've accepted my challenge, and I really, really wish you wouldn't have. September 23rd, Mattoon, Illinois for 01. B.A. Malkin versus the Powder Keg Jimmy Karryt in a body bag match. Yeah, I know. I know exactly what you're thinking. Nobody wants to be in a body bag match. And that's the point, right, Basil? That's the point. You want to end me? And ending me is exactly what you're going to have to do. And I don't think you have it in you. September 23rd, Mattoon, Illinois. One of us goes in here. Two walk into the ring. One leaves in a body bag. We're ending this.
That was released yesterday.
Hopefully that's the last time anybody mentions Buck Zumoff on our network. Kind of when he first brought him up, I got a little nervous. I won't lie. Well, I guess with that, welcome to the shootout. This is Mark Rebin coming to you from the Noodles position in Champaign, Illinois, joined by my buddy Minderz. And Minderz, we have, I don't know if we can say favorite guest, but definitely our most frequent guest coming back with us.
Oh, I can
today.
say favorite guest.
I know you can. I'm not going to disagree. I have a very high opinion of him, so I'm not going to cause any trouble. But yeah, you just saw the promo, and we're going to talk about it. He's actually, it was like he's just about ready to go. So why don't we go ahead and just, why beat around the bush? Let's bring him in.
Let's just bring him on in.
Do you want to do the intro? Because I get yelled at when I do the intro because apparently I'm not excited enough. So I'm gonna let you do it this time.
I'll be plenty excited for this.
Oh, I know.
This is going to be the person that's going to put BA in a body bag. The 23rd at September to remember, the Powder Keg, Jimmy Karryt.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for having me yet again. Seems like I've found a home away from home with this show. I've really been.
We're not complaining.
No. See, you got the nice little spot in the woods.
When you live everywhere, you can't really be lost if you're looking for something that could be anywhere, right?
Right.
That's true. All right, so it was kind of up in the air for about a week whether or not this match was going to happen, Jimmy, because Devontae gave BA a bit of a facelift at the last Mattoon show. So
yeah, I noticed that. I can't say that I had anything to do with that, but I can't say that I was sad to see it either. So
I can't say that I didn't have anything to do with it.
Oh, Minderz.
You have to excuse me at the moment. I'm finding you guys rather hard to hear.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
As I say, Devontae told me that he did it for me, so.
Ah, there you go. See, I had nothing to do with it, but man, did I enjoy watching it happen.
Exactly. That's what happens when you follow the disciples of Basil.
Yeah.
That is what it is, you know?
Yeah. So, you made the announcement yesterday. It's going to be a body bag match with BA. What made you want to do a body bag match out of all the matches that you've done or that you could do?
Sorry, give me just one moment.
Sure.
Technical difficulties. We're good at that.
I'd be concerned if there weren't any at any point on this show.
Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah. All right.
Can you hear us now, Karryt?
Hello?
Ah, there we go. Now I can hear you.
Yay!
We're good.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yep, we got you.
Wonderful.
And the crickets
Wonderful.
or whatever
See, I've been listening.
singing in the background.
I believe those are. Honestly, they all blend together at this point.
Right. Mark, ask him your question again. I don't think he heard you earlier.
All right.
Yes,
so what I'm
please. I'm sorry.
Out of all the crazy shit you've done, what made you decide that you wanted to do a body bag match in this case with BA?
I am so glad you asked. You see, I've been thinking about this for a good long while. B.A. Malkin has been quite the thorn in my side, if you don't mind me saying. As a matter of fact, I think
Oh, no.
my side for a while. And it's really started.
We lost you for a minute.
I was on a roll, too. Oh, well.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. What did you hear?
We heard you were glad that he asked you that question.
Yeah, I'm very glad. You see, what happened was B.A. Malkin has been a thorn in my side for quite some time, which is something that I said in my promo, which thank you very much for playing. I appreciate the publicity.
Sure.
And I was going over this. He's obsessed. And you know what? I understand obsession. Basil and I, we totally get obsession. B.A. Malkin, when he threw me through a door, he said he killed me. When he threw me through a ladder, he said he killed me. He's so obsessed with trying to end me that maybe that's fitting. Maybe that's exactly what it is. The more I think about it, the more I think I won't be satisfied with a pinfall. I mean, making him tap out, hearing him scream, that would be extremely satisfying. But is that enough, really? When somebody's trying to take my life, my livelihood, the one thing that I enjoy away from me, when somebody's trying to go through all that, is a submission really good enough? No. Now, if you want to end me, let's put it on the table. Why not? Everybody else is, jumping off of ladders and going through tables, and I've been there myself. But that's not final enough for me. B.A. Malkin, he wants me gone. Fine. You guys, are either of you claustrophobic?
Yes, very.
Yeah?
A little bit, not too much.
Have you ever been put in a position where not only are you in a very tight space, but you can't breathe? Not because of fear, not because of phobia, but you actually cannot physically draw breath. Have you ever been put in one of those positions?
Luckily, no.
Yeah. Until you have, neither one of you can understand, and no offense to either of you, but neither one of you can understand the very real threat that is a body bag match. And I don't think BA understands it either, but he very, very quickly will. And I cannot wait to be the guy to drag him through that experience, no pun intended. I can't wait to be the guy to drag him through that experience. Two men walk into the ring. One of them walks out. The other one gets zipped in an airtight body bag. BA, good luck, man.
I think that's what we're all saying, honestly. It's good luck, BA.
Yeah, I wish him all the luck in the world. What a promising career he could have had. He's really got something.
He did. He did.
It's a good thing you're already talking past tense. You know what's up.
I know.
I'm digging the set, by the way.
Do you like?
Oh, I did, yeah.
A little bit of a motif going on in the podcast room today.
Well, you know what? It's fitting. What am I? This is what, my fourth time on the podcast now?
Fourth time.
Fourth, yeah, counting the one we did live at the War Games show, yeah.
Oh, God. We got to do more live podcasts. That was fun.
We had a lot of fun doing that with Warhorse, which, by the way, sang your praises.
Yeah, I can't say enough positive things about Warhorse. Honestly, like I mean, it's not worth his time for Jimmy Karryt to sing his praises because everybody sings his praises, or otherwise he wouldn't be where he is. But both as a person, as a personality, as a talent, I absolutely love everything he does. And to hear him speak highly of me and Basil and what we do, and the fact that he would always stop what he's doing to watch a Jimmy Karryt match, especially live. That means a lot to me. So I had to take that and make a little Facebook post about it. That was some of the kindest words anybody's ever said about me. So shout out to Warhorse. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now,
and everybody else says you're crazy, so.
Well, they're not exactly wrong, are they?
No, not at all. Hey, Mark,
Can't
why don't
really...
you throw a couple of those comments up there? We got one from Paula.
We got a couple.
One. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So Paula, she chimes in. You wouldn't let you have that ladder put him in that bag, she says. So there's not a lot of pro BA comments in our thread usually during these shows here. So
you know what? I can only say that is due to the simple fact that 0-1 fans have great taste. And I'm not just saying that because the cult of Basil is growing by the day, but that definitely plays a factor. So
sure. Alicia DeBoard says BA deserves the bag. LMAO.
I love Alicia. It's a wonder that she's it's wonderful, I should say, that she's following 0-1 this closely, being as far away as she is. So thank you again. And yeah, I can't wait to prove everybody right.
So after you get them, go ahead, Mark. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I'm got to say, I'm curious. Where did you find a body bag? Because they don't just sell those at your regular haberdashery.
No, they don't just sell those. But if I were to disclose all of my secrets, then people would be able to find me, and I don't want that. No. See, the thing is, I actually came into a body bag years and years ago. I'm not going to talk about how or why specifically, but it's actually, and this isn't like a work. This isn't a wrestling angle. This isn't anything like that. This is real life. I have had a body bag sitting in the back of my trunk for about 3 years now, and I was never really sure when I was going to need to use it. But hey, it's always nice to have it and not need it, right? So
yeah.
So I've had a body bag in the trunk of my car for several years, and I couldn't ever think of something to use it for that wasn't Halloween related. So, when this opportunity arose and B.A. Malkin started running his mouth, shooting his mouth off like he didn't care if I shot it off, seemed like the perfect opportunity.
Well, fair enough.
Mark a couple weeks said you were going to take a pound of flesh out of BA, and we said, well, it'll probably be out through his nose, but, whatever.
Yeah. I don't care what orifice I'm dragging it out of, but a pound of flesh will bring me my paradise, and I'm fine with it.
Wow.
All right. All right. I have a, let's call it a, I don't know what to call it. It's a natural question. Is there any concern about the Luminary? Because, they're going to be there, and they kind of made it their mission to mess with you.
I would be an absolute fool if I hadn't considered the Luminary Jacques Kennedy as someone who could possibly interfere with the situation. Fortunately for me, even though I'm sort of an island amongst myself, Basil and I, we saw the need for backup in this situation, and we got some friends. Chief among them is Devontae Knox. So I have a funny feeling that if Jacques Kennedy decides to stick their nose in our business, then might be 2 pounds of flesh we're extracting from 2 different sources.
Yeah, well, I believe you.
I honestly, I hope it happens. I really do. I can't express to you how thrilling the concept of this is to me, because like I said, I've had a body bag in my trunk for 3 years. I've never had a reason to use it, and now I do, and it excites me very much that it's going to be used to get the revenge that I so desperately deserve and so cravenly need. But if I absolutely have to, I'm sure I can put 2 in 1 body bag. I'm sure of it. I don't know how, but it'll be an interesting Tetris puzzle.
Yeah, it's I don't think it's been done before, at least not in wrestling, but first time for everything, right?
First time for everything. Hey, you know what? Why not? Let's do it this way. I'm going to go ahead and issue an open challenge to literally all of 01. We're going to take this from a single one-on-one body bag match to, well, hey, we'll call it a mass grave. Why not, right?
Oh, okay. Well,
I think
we lost Minderz, but I think she'll be back. And like I said,
she'll be back.
Oh yeah, you just can't stay away from this.
Yeah. But
all right. I guess I gotta ask, how's the head? I mean, after the chair shot, you missed the last show. A lot of people were wondering what was going on there.
Thank you very much for asking. No, I got a pretty gnarly concussion off of that. I think I'm honestly losing track at this point. I think that makes around 10 concussions that I've had since I've gotten into wrestling. It's a 10 serious concussion that I've had since I've gotten into wrestling. I mean, you saw the results. I was busted open. It wasn't much, but I was definitely bleeding. I had to take some time off, and I hate doing that. It was less about my head, because I've dealt with concussions before. It was less about my head and more about the shock to my neck, surprisingly. So just, I've had a couple lingering neck and back injuries, a couple knee injuries. As a wrestler, these things just happen, and you just work with them. And I have been for several years. But no, that was the first time, and that's a reason why these things are banned. That's a reason why you're not supposed to take unprotected chair shots as if I had a choice.
Right.
That's the reason why these things are banned in places. It's the reason why you're not supposed to swing for the head, because it does serious long-term damage in some cases. And, it took a while for my neck to recover. This might not mean a lot to most people, but it's the metric I use. I am big on wrestlers' bridges. I do bridges for neck strength all the time. It took me 3 weeks before I could do one.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was hurting for sure, but as you can see, I'm up and moving. Things are feeling better. I haven't gotten any noticeable scar over here. There's this one, obviously, but nothing over here where I was split the last time. So
sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and call it a net positive.
All right. Oh, the cat's bothering me. Okay, we got a question in the chat for you here.
Yeah, what you got?
AJ says, once you put BA in the body bag, what's next? Going to set your sights on a title? Any other scores you want to settle? That kind of. Fair question.
It's a wonderful question. I wish I had a wonderful answer. You see, the thing about Basil and I is that I kind of go where I'm guided. So would I personally, forgetting Basil for a second, would I personally love to just turn my head, go for Warhorse for the 01 championship and have a match I've never had before, or the 01 junior heavyweight championship and have a match I've never had before? Absolutely. Do I think the crowd would absolutely love it? Yes. Do I think it would draw us money? 100%. Is that something that I am going to politic to make happen? No, that's not how I operate. So I have a funny feeling I'm going to do what I always do and just kind of drift. And because drama seems to follow me, I have a funny feeling whatever I'm going to be doing will reveal itself to me very, very soon.
All right. Well,
so I apologize if I couldn't give you a direct answer. It's a wonderful question, and something I would absolutely love to have some say in, but unfortunately I don't.
Yeah.
So
well, I guarantee you, Karryt Warhorse match would be great, and I hope it happens sooner than later. I
have been asking to wrestle Warhorse since I got into 01.
Wow.
And now that, I understand why it hasn't happened. His schedule is hectic. My schedule is ridiculous. And honestly, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure who I envy more. Because, like, Warhorse is obviously traveling the world wrestling. I'm basically existing out here. I hear about things when I choose to. So it's hard to say. But so I know why it hasn't happened, and there's plenty of reasons as to why it hasn't, and it's no one's fault. I'm not blaming Warhorse for ducking me or anything, because he's not. But it's it's a challenging thing to make happen, and it's a challenging thing to make happen under the right circumstances, and then get out of gracefully, no matter who you are, because we're both very intense people, Warhorse and I. If we were to wrestle a match, and it didn't end in a satisfactory way for one or the other of us, I can't really see
either of us letting that go very easily. So.
All right. It looks like Devontae's in the chat. He's listening.
What's up, Devontae? Hey, bro. Just a quick question. This might be the first time anyone in the podcast has asked a question for the chat, but just a quick question because you and I haven't talked as much lately. You got my back with Jacques, right? Just answer whatever you can. Let me know.
Oh, yeah. All right, and we'll wait on that there. So, yeah, Minderz is probably going nuts right now because she's still out.
Is she in the lobby? What's going on?
I don't know. She said her StreamYard shut down on when she was in there.
Wow.
Let's see. It's a conspiracy.
It's a crazy conspiracy. It's always, every time I'm on, there's some technical difficulty. Usually it's me being out in the middle of nowhere, but
it's not just you because it happens every week. Something goes on. Oh, Devontae says definitely will be on standby. He says so.
Hell yeah, brother! Thank you.
Yeah. He's got a lot on his plate too since Chris O'Brien turned on him and stole his briefcase. So
that's what I heard. And that's another thing. I don't like to stick my nose in other people's business because I know Devontae, I know the athlete and the performer and the competitor that he is. He's going to want to take care of Chris O'Brien himself, and that's all fine and good. I'm going to let you do that, but just so you know, if you ever need somebody on standby, Basil and I got you.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah, you guys made a hell of a tag team for sure when you guys took on Jacques and BA a couple months ago.
What were we labeled? The Basil and Booty connection or powder cakes or something like? Oh, that was awesome.
I think they were both. Those were both signs that Minderz had at that show.
Of course, it was Minderz. Of course,
of course. Because she also has to have a Jimmy sign, and then she has to have a sign that BA can tear up because she annoys him greatly.
Yeah, I mean, these things are just par for the course, unfortunately. But I do appreciate her sportsmanship.
Oh, sure, yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, you saw her backdrop. She's a Karryt fan, so.
Oh yeah, it's a wonderful set there. I might have to go and shoot. I might have to see if I can go and shoot some promos in front of that thing somehow. I don't even know where the hell it is. But.
I think we got her back. Minderz, what happened?
I don't know. I'm still trying to fix it.
Well, we've got you, and you're coming through loud and clear, so that's good news.
Okay, you're on my phone right now, and I got to figure this out before my 27% runs out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, definitely keep us appraised. I'm interested.
Well, Minderz, you know how we always make stuff happen on this show, right?
Yep.
Well, there has been a discussion. AJ put a question out asking what Jimmy was going to do after the body bag match, and the subject of Warhorse came up again. And so we tend to make things happen. So if the boss is listening, you never know. We might get a Karryt Warhorse match sometime down the road.
Dave,
we made Warhorse the Cobra happen apparently. So
yeah,
that's awesome. First of all, Dave, listen to me. Listen, I want Warhorse. Got it? No, don't even put the title on the line. I don't care. It'd be fun, just for fun. Just to sell tickets and give the crowd something that they're absolutely going to love. What do you say?
Yeah. Well,
Warhorse, what do you say?
Yes, please, Dave.
Yes, I'm down for it. And actually, you got your pick of titles. He's got like 3 of them. So,
hey, you know what? Put all of the titles or none of them on the line. I don't care one way or another. I just want to wrestle Warhorse.
Yeah, hey. And there's a lot of people that want to see it. Minderz, I've been kind of hogging the questions since you decided to leave. You got anything you want to throw out there?
Well, see, I kind of missed everything, so I'm not sure what you've already asked.
Well, if it's something that's already come up, I'll stop you.
Oh, okay. So when are you going to make Joey quit dodging you?
Well, if I had the power to influence the weak-minded, Joey would already be without a title. And he knows that. So the idea that I could make him stop dodging me, to me, is laughable. But then again, you know what? I shouldn't even say that because I know how Joey operates. Joey likes to operate with a numbers game. And, as much help as Basil is, in terms of physical fights, he leaves a lot to be desired. No offense. So, I know. So with Joey being Joey, I don't think he'll ever stop dodging me, to be honest. We've had this match a couple of different times. It's gone both different ways. And, in various companies over the years, but he has never faced what I am now, and he's never faced anything like it, regardless of what he thinks. So whenever he wants to grow a set, I suppose would be the answer.
Well, he still hasn't quite settled things with Connolly either. So,
Yeah. And that is something. You know what? I don't. As much as I love Connolly's work, and I love Connolly's work. No one embodies chaos quite like Connolly, and I love it. I don't really want to step in the middle of that one. I think it'd be fun. It'd be a lot of fun. I think there would be injuries for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna let them hash their business out, and hey, I get winner.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
See,
I know you had already talked about Jacques being in BA's corner.
Yep.
Is there anybody you're going to ask to maybe keep an eye out for Jacques?
As it would happen, Devontae has already confirmed that he's got my back. He'll be on standby. So, shout out again. Thank you, Devontae.
The rhinoplasty expert, not Devontae Knox, is going to be helping out. So,
hey, you know what? If I ever need, because my nose is a little crooked, it leans off to the right a little bit. I'm pretty sure I've broken it a couple of different times. If I ever need that adjusted again, I'll call Devontae for that too.
There you go.
Careful. You know what? Careful what you ask for, though. I don't know if I'd want to have it readjusted that way, but.
You know what? I had a doctor already tell me, years and years ago when I actually went to those things before I realized they were just insurance scams. I had a doctor once tell me that if I wanted my nose straightened, he'd have to break it and then re-break it to set it. And I noped the hell out of that one. So, but that was then and this is now. At this point, I've been hit in the face so many times. I've gotten so many concussions. What's one more? And apparently Devontae can do it with pinpoint accuracy. So bring it.
Yeah. He doesn't get cheated when he throws that butt around.
He does not get enough credit for the kind of impact that he brings in such a short period of time. Again, this is going to turn into me just praising Devontae for an entire podcast, I'm afraid. But first time I was in the ring with him, I noticed, and I saw it coming, but I noticed that he was throwing an enziguri. So, as you do in the ring, regardless of the fact that you're about to get hit with something, you try to get your hand up and block things. Man, that thing came so fast. I had my hand up from my side, and he had already hit me and bumped by the time I even got my hand anywhere near it. So he can, if Devontae wants to bring the heat, he can bring the heat, man. And it's not just with the rear view.
Right.
Or as we like to call them, iron cakes.
Iron cake. I like it.
Hey, not for nothing, Devontae got a win on Jacques last Thursday. So
okay. There you go. If we ever needed proof that Devontae could take care of business for me.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm going on a mission, so I'll be here. Go ahead.
All right.
This not being able to walk stuff is for the birds.
It's
how's your healing process coming there?
We'll find out Friday.
Oh, there you go. Definitely let me know. Keep me posted.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
We love you, Mindy, but we love you more when you can walk.
Although she doesn't have the wheelchair, there's no hijinks because
that's true.
That makes for a comfy seat when we go to hybrid shows because she sits in a regular chair, but she leaves that wheelchair and it's got the nice cushiony seat to it.
And you know what? I gotta give you credit for this somehow or another. And you know what? You don't get your praises sung enough either. Somehow or another, you managed to trap BA in a wheelchair so I could chop him. So that's impressive on its own.
That was fun.
It was.
Yeah, but I'm also the one that brings a lot of the heat because he doesn't like my signs for some reason.
I have a funny feeling B.A. Malkin is just really not a happy person. But you know what? Just because of the kind and gentle souls that Basil and I are, I think we're preparing to put him out of his misery. So there you go. B.A., You're about to be happy a lot sooner than you think. Paradise is closer than you know.
Hey, Mark, I'm going to be right back, okay?
All right. Okay, AJ's got another question for you here, Jimmy.
Please, hit me.
Speaking of hybrid, we just brought it up. Shank Barzini is coming out of retirement
Oh,
this
boy.
weekend. He says, wouldn't mind seeing you wrestle him again.
Oh, man. All jokes aside, all wrestling, and I'm going to peel back the curtain a little bit. It was a very sad day when Shank retired. Nobody retires in wrestling. Their 401ks are not doing that well, I promise you. But it was a very sad day when Shank walked away. Legitimately one of the most intense matches I have ever had. Two of the most intense matches I've ever had. One of the most intense rivalries I've ever had. And it only spanned the 2 matches. So imagine what we could have done if allowed more time and a bigger stage and more, just more time in the ring together. Imagine how intense that could have gotten and how violent and how sick. Man, I would absolutely love to see Shank again. I would love to get to hybrid and check that out. Just a matter of time. I feel like that's just a matter of time. Just hasn't lined up just right yet. But no, wonderful news to hear from Shank again. Definitely let me know how that goes because I'm extremely interested.
Oh yeah, we'll let you know. Another guy that's been up in the last few months is Jared Allen. That's a guy I'd love to see you get in the ring with at some point.
I've wrestled Jared Allen in a previous life a couple of times when he was Cardini.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't help but feel that now that he's ditched the act, you know what I mean? Now that he's fully embraced who he is versus what they wanted him to be, I can't help but feel like he's probably more dangerous than ever. So, maybe he's not getting the time that he deserves in 0-1. Maybe it's just a matter of, waiting for the exact right opportunity, the exact right opponent. Maybe things just haven't fallen in line that way yet. But one of these days, he's going to break out. I promise you, he's going to break out. And when he does, I will be more than happy to take him on again because another side note, sometimes in the ring, you can see when things are going to happen. I was wrestling Cardini. I had gotten whipped into a turnbuckle and I was coming back out and I could see him going down to like bending over to grab my legs and throw me into the air for a back body drop. And, like I said, you try to stop these things. You post on the guy's shoulders to try and stop yourself from going all the way up. That dude is so strong that not only did I go all the way up and over for that back body drop, but he basically handed me to the loving arms of whatever God you believe in. I thought that I was going to land in heaven. It was scary. So that kind of power can't go ignored. I would legitimately, and I don't mean this in any form of hyperbole, I would legitimately put him in the same strength department as somebody like a Camaro Jackson.
So, I was going to say that's what it sounds like because
yeah,
Camaro wrestled LDLC at Edgewood a few weeks ago.
Oh God! And is LDLC still walking? Is he still ambulatory?
He is. I think Camaro might have taken it easy on him because he didn't. I was expecting him to throw DLC up into that balcony where the entrance is in that pole barn, but it didn't happen. Well, I got to ask you this because did you see the Benjamin Trust incident at the Mattoon show?
Oh, did I ever? I have seen all manner of pounce type maneuvers. All right, I've seen pounces into spears, pounces into drop kicks. Brian Danielson's like running knee gimmick. I don't remember what they call that in Japan. I have never seen somebody get pounced so hard they get hung up in the ropes twice and still exit the ring. That is amazing. That was astounding to me.
The only one that came close watching was when Keith Lee tossed Adam Cole into the crowd on NXT. One at least 8 rows back.
Yeah, that was one. Like the most amazing part about that is not that he pounced Adam Cole and Adam Cole ended up in the crowd. With the position that they had, he was going to end up in the crowd anyway. It's where he landed because he skipped, like you said, he skipped completely over several rows of people that if they were reaching couldn't have caught him. Right. So it was very impressive. I'll give you that. I completely forgot that had happened, but I'll give you that one. Call it crazy, but that actually reinforced even more that I want to wrestle Camaro Jackson too in a very, very near future.
All right. Yeah. We're keeping a tab. All the guys that Karryt wants to wrestle. Got Warhorse, Shank, Jared, Camaro. It's a hell of a list.
Yeah, and believe me, the list only goes up from there. Like there's not a single person on this planet that I would back down from. But and in terms of challenges, I think there's a lot more just on the 0-1 roster alone that I would very much look forward to stepping into the ring with again. I got very complimentary words after the tag match. Not that I could remember much of them, which is why I'm not quoting them. I got very complimentary words from Anakin Murphy, stating that he wants to work with me again. I don't know what's going on these days with the gunslinger there, Matt Fitchett, but I would absolutely love to wrestle him again. And anytime that me and Cobra can ever get in the ring, I'll take that in a heartbeat. So there's tons of people. If you guys want to keep a tally, somebody in the chat, write that up for him.
All right, we'll make sure we keep a tab. I'm going to throw another guy at you. You mentioned Anakin Murphy. What do you think of Kenny Calix as his tag team partner?
I have heard the name numerous times. I haven't, unfortunately, gotten a chance to watch any of his stuff. I keep hearing good things. So, from what I understand, he's very young.
Yeah.
So, which with youth, unfortunately, comes inexperience. So, I can only imagine if I'm hearing his name now, how good he's going to be in a couple of years. So, I really hope that we get to watch that bear out on camera before our very eyes and in a live setting as well. And maybe one day, who knows, maybe one day he will be somebody to step up and give me the run and give me a run for my money. I really hope he is. But like I said, unfortunately, I can't speak personally on his work because I haven't seen any of it just yet.
Sure.
Nothing against him. But
oh no, yeah. Well, I know he and Anakin have a shot at the premiere on the 23rd for the tag title.
Oh wow,
so.
Wow. You know what? I'm gonna have to sit back and watch that, assuming that I'm not plotting ways to kill BA.
Let's see. AJ chimed in also. You threw in another name. What about Merc? Powder Cake versus Generalissimo.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna have to.
Guy, I haven't seen him live, but AJ and Minderz always talk about him very, very positively.
Okay. I mean, I trust both of those opinions. I can't. Again, from my personal experience, I can't say that I'm familiar. Believe me when I tell you, it's kind of embarrassing for me to be a professional wrestler that watches as little professional wrestling as I do. But I don't know, something about it these days just lacks a certain violence anymore. I don't know, which might be something that drives me away. Maybe it's, how the hell do you sterilize violence, but somehow they've managed to do it. And on an indie level, there's still hope. So that may very well be a name worth checking out. But if somebody wants to send me a match or something, I'll happily take a look. But I barely keep up with things as it is.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, my phone doesn't last too long out here. I've got it plugged into an external battery right now just to do this chat. So
sure. We have Rob Leach is in the chat here. He has an announcement here. He
Rob.
says, I'm here to announce that once I win the heavyweight title tomorrow night, I am going to hold Joey's Open Challenge for him on September 23rd. So I don't know if you'd heard that. Rob has a title shot against Joey tomorrow night in Edgewood. So,
Rob Leach, if you hold Joey's Open Challenge for him, now I'm actually confused by that statement. You said Joey's Open Challenge, but you're the one holding it. So are we challenging you instead of Joey? Whatever the case may be. Should you happen to be the one in the ring hosting that Open Challenge, offering up either yourself or Joey, I can promise you I'll be the first one behind the curtain waiting. Not because I have anything against you, Rob. I love you like a brother. But you have something I want in this scenario. And, you got to understand how that goes.
Yeah. Apparently, Joey has issued an open challenge for anyone but Connolly on the 23rd.
Anyone but Connolly.
Right. So, and again, that's depending on if he makes it past Rob tomorrow night.
I gotta point out, you asked the question earlier, or I guess Minderz asked the question earlier. When is Joey gonna quit ducking me? I'm starting to wonder if it's me he's ducking. Anyone
honestly,
but
he's ducking anybody that tends a threat. That's what he's doing.
That's true. Anyone but Connolly Open Challenge. That's a new one for me.
Mark, were you going to ask him about that? Because I was kind of curious. Remember when we had Casey Jackson on?
Yeah.
And Casey made the statement that if Karryt wanted some backup, he knew where he could find it.
Oh, yeah, he did say that, didn't he?
He said he could offer some protection.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's rolling with Jared Allen and Lander, seems like, lately. So, maybe he's.
What do they call themselves? Do they have a name for their little team yet?
Well, Allen and Lander call themselves the Power Trip as a tag team. I don't know if that extends to Casey also.
I imagine it would have to. All right. You know what? It seems like I've got a few more options than I thought. And maybe morally, I don't exactly line up with Casey Jackson, Jared Allen, certainly not Jake Lander. We've got enough history there. But you know what? It's time to separate the morals from the moolah. So if I win, when I put B.A. Malkin in a body bag, I get the winner's share of the payout. So if it comes down to the fact that, maybe I need to side with some people that maybe I wouldn't usually side with versus me losing out on money, I know exactly what I'm going
to do. That makes me happy.
Rob chimed in. He said, I'm very excited to wrestle the best. The champ is almost here. Connolly may also accept the challenge once I'm the champion.
Oh, there you go. See that? That is a fair champion right there.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd be throwing that out there. Just give Connolly an open invitation. But
yeah, I know that. I don't know anything. I suppose I should preface that. But it's very hard to have friends in the wrestling business. You know what I mean? Because everybody's very much out for themselves. Everybody has an ego, and you kind of have to in order to make it in wrestling. So I'm not faulting anybody. But I would suggest, and I could be wrong, that if Connolly has anything like a friend, it's probably Rob Leach. So,
yeah. Oh, he said that himself. He said right here, he says, me and Connolly are old friends. Surely he'd take it easy.
Oh, there you go. There you go. And you know what? My intuition is never wrong, except when it is. So, with that being said, I think Rob might actually have a better chance against Connolly than most people. But do you really want to play those odds against somebody? Again, you'd be holding something he wants. I don't know that I'd take that. I don't know that I would.
Minderz, are you doing all right over there?
Excuse me.
You're muted.
This is my luck. That's all I have to say.
Of all the episodes for you to have this many problems with.
The groundbreaking fourth appearance of Jimmy Karryt, and I get half a host.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
See, this is why we got to do it. This is why we got to do it live.
This is why we got to do it live. Well, that and the fact that I can bully your wife.
That's true.
Yeah, she's not home right now. So.
Was she mad about that, by the way? Because I was totally just messing around.
Oh, no, she was fine with it.
Okay, good. I feel bad about that.
Scott Harden had an interesting question. Does Connolly know how to take it easy in the ring? I don't think he does.
Like I said, I don't think that Connolly has that gear, but if he does, it's most likely found in the ring with Rob Leach.
Well, does Jimmy Karryt have a take it easy gear?
You know what? You'd be surprised to learn yes, and I'll give you the example as to why. It's a lighthearted, old school example, but we're gonna go with it anyway because I haven't had anybody in recent times. Hey, what was Anakin's partner's name?
Kenny Calix.
Kenny Calix.
Kenny Calix. Like Calix. I gotta remember. That's a cool name. I like that. And he would be somebody that I would probably take it easy on, just at the beginning. Not because I don't think he's a threat. Anybody with the balls to step in the ring is definitely a threat. But I want to know what he's got, and if I kill him in 3 minutes, then I never get to find out. So there is a take it easy mode for Jimmy Karryt, but it's more it's more of a masochist mode than a take it easy mode. So
I like Rob's comment.
What do you say?
It says, all right, I'm done making it about me. Please, Jimmy, beat the hell out of BA.
Rob, I love you, brother. You don't have to worry about that. I got you. Oh, and by the way, just real quick, Rob, also, since you've made this about you, piss off.
Oh my goodness.
So what have I missed? I've tried to listen. I've jumped in and out. What all have I missed? Have I missed anything spectacular?
We've run down a few more prospective opponents that people have been suggesting to Jimmy in the chat.
Well, why don't we run
Oh,
down...
and by the way, there was a comment I don't remember.
Rob says piss off.
I don't remember the name of the person who commented that I don't have a take it easy mode against B.A. Malkin, but shout out to them because they're entirely right.
Scott Harden put that out
Yes,
there.
thank you.
And why don't we just run down Saturday, the 23rd? Let's get Jimmy's
23rd.
take on all the matches.
Yeah, hit me with the card. Why not?
All right. So let's see. So September to remember, very ECW feel to the theme here. We talked about the Joey O'Reilly.
If we're gonna go with an ECW feel, I'm curious now. Who is everybody in 01's ECW counterpart? Just out of curiosity, anybody have the idea here? Because I'm calling Jake Lander as Rob Van Dam. I think Marvin has to be Mikey Whipwreck. There's no way around that.
Definitely.
Yeah. Even though he's trying so hard to be Sandman, it's got to be Mikey Whipwreck. Camaro Jackson, Rhino, no questions. I don't know who else. Who else you guys got?
Well, given his love of Miller Lite, I would say that Christian Rose might be the Sandman.
I could see that actually. I like that.
Casey Jackson just said he's the new Jack.
Oh wow.
Oh
Hands
boy,
down, he says.
All right, you know what? I'll give it to you just because I've never seen you do insanely hardcore shit, but I fully believe that you've got it in you somewhere. Maybe one day when you grow up and you try real hard.
Oh, Rob.
Rob. Jimmy Karryt has to be just incredible.
I appreciate that. I would, I'll take Just Incredible. I love Just Incredible. Just for that.
Sabu.
Ooh, you know what? Sabu's a good one too.
You take the risks. So I don't know.
That's true. I almost want. I'm just out of vanity. I want to call myself Raven, but you know what? You guys raise really good points. Just out of pure vanity, but you guys raise good points. I'll take Sabu for sure. I think that fits.
I would
throw or Just Incredible. Or Just Incredible.
Yeah.
Just for that, I'm finishing B.A. Malkin with the spinning tombstone.
There you go.
Main attraction said I'll make sure to bring the Nintendo.
I'll throw this out there. Devontae Knox, Too Cold Scorpio.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's awesome. He's got
the moves for it, you know.
He's got the moves. He's got the personality for sure. I'll give you that for sure.
Yeah, Rob Lee says Anakin Murphy is Sabu 100%.
You know what? That's a good
point.
That's a fair point.
I don't know who I'd put. I almost would put Connolly as Rhino, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's a good point. I see Connolly more as Taz, but I'm with you.
Okay.
I think...
unless Alex Kane's there, then he's Taz.
Fair. Maybe we switch it. Maybe we have Camaro as... Taz and Connolly as Rhino. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, CMC is DC Drake.
I'm sorry, who?
Yeah, exactly.
We need a super crazy and we need a Tajiri. Damn it! Oh wait, Tajiri Cobra.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Absolutely.
You mean King?
King. Yes. Sir. I call him Sir.
He calls him Sir. I call him King.
Strike King.
Yeah.
Hey man, listen, I've been in the ring with him. I can vouch for that. Some people get nicknames because they give them to themselves and they stick. Some people earn them. Cobra earned that one.
Yeah. The only one I'm having trouble figuring out is who's the Tommy Dreamer of 01.
Ooh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I noticed you haven't came up with a counterpart for Joey either.
Would he be the? I was gonna say, would he be the super crazy, but maybe not.
I don't know about that.
No, it'd have to be. It'd have to be someone. No offense to super crazy, but it would have had to have been somebody higher up on the card, I think.
Oh, Rob.
Uh-oh.
What's up?
Oh no. Kyle Pfeiffer is Tommy Dreamer thanks to that legendary table spot against Marvin.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Oh my goodness.
All right, Mark, let's get to the let's run down.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do the card now that I've stalled long enough.
All right.
Now that
With,
I'm officially back, hopefully.
Now that I've stalled long enough with useless ECW trivia.
Hey, there is no such thing as useless ECW trivia. I'm a ECW
Good man.
fan. So,
Good
right.
man.
So we already talked about Joey's open challenge. Basically, anybody but Connolly is his caveat there.
Yep.
Although Minderz, I don't know if you saw, Rob said that when he wins tomorrow, he's gonna take Joey's open challenge spot and do it himself.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Yeah. All right.
And anybody, including Connolly, can answer Rob's open challenge.
Well,
That's right.
good. See, it's nice to have. It would be nice to have a champion that doesn't run away from threats.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool to have somebody who's really willing to stand and fight. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Rob Leach is the Mike Tyson of 01.
I've heard that about his punches, but
Ooh, AJ had a good point. Okay, wait, we can't go yet.
As a quick
AJ
aside, also I got to throw this out: is big man champ Joel Gertner?
Oh, wow, God, who? Yeah, he'd have to be. Rob Leach gets Joey Styles. I'm sorry, you're a right wing lunatic, but Rob Leach gets Joey Styles. Yeah, I think that's fitting.
The McDavid Paulie. Get him a duster and the baseball cap.
You know what? Let's put him in a leather duster and see what happens. I think that'd be amazing.
AJ just asked who's the Shane Douglas of 01?
Ooh, maybe that's the spot for Joey.
Maybe.
That wouldn't be. It's not a bad fit. Yeah. Very solid wrestler. Yeah. Very solid talent.
Jordan Perry could be the Candido.
There you go.
There you go.
I mean, they like the same color scheme in the low lives as the triple threat, so
All right,
yeah.
Card.
All right, we're following.
Yeah. Go through the card before I say something I'm really going to regret. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. So we got Rain back. She came back a couple weeks ago in Edgewood, so she's taking on High Voltage Cat and Ashlyn Alexander in a 3-way match.
That's awesome.
Have you seen any of? I know you've seen Rain. Have you seen? Yep. Have you seen Cat wrestle yet? High Voltage Cat wrestle yet?
I have not. I have heard wonderful things. I know of High Voltage Cat. I've run into her in the locker room several times, but I haven't gotten the chance to sit down and watch the matches, unfortunately. So.
You would also like Ashlyn Alexander, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
she had a hell of a match with Annika Murphy last Thursday.
Yeah.
Really? I'll have to look that up.
And she throws a lariat that Stan Hansen would be proud of.
There you go. That's my kind. As I say, that's my kind of girl in wrestling, right there.
Yeah.
Anybody that's willing to take your head off and keep going, let's go.
I believe I coined the phrase "Lady Hoss." We'll talk about Ashlyn now.
Lady Hoss. I like it.
All right. Next up here, we're not doing picks because we still got a week.
We still have a few weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, are you really putting this one up next?
Yeah. Do I need to ask for a pick for a winner from Jimmy on this one? I think we've covered that.
We've established it.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of like when you ask me who it's going to be. Yeah, whatever.
Warhorse will be there. I don't think they've announced an opponent for him yet. Have they, Minderz?
Nah, not that I've seen.
But
I don't think.
I believe he is supposed to defend the junior heavyweight title on the 23rd.
Warhorse, request to go on late. I'll request to go on early, and then we can get this on. All right, I'll wrestle twice. I don't mind. I have a funny feeling I'm going to make quick work of B.A. Malkin.
We can all hope.
All right. Speaking of Kyle Pfeiffer, the Tommy Dreamer of 01 USA, teaming up with Marvin, taking on Jordan Perry and CMC. The High Lifes, I guess they're called now.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say, hopefully Jordan's wearing a cup on this one.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh boy, you know what? I feel bad for everybody involved in that match, honestly, because they're all underrated talents for sure, but each one of those guys will beat the living hell out of every other person in that match just cause. So, and you know what? There a couple of those guys that'll be very, very entertaining. Do it. See, I think Jordan is one of the most underrated wrestlers in the Midwest, and CMC's got tons of personality. He just hasn't had the opportunity to really show it in the right way, I don't think.
You hear that, Red? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. He's a
hey, you know what? Anybody who's willing to chase somebody around
You can say it.
Sorry, no. I'm not going to insult you like that. I don't know your mother. No, but anybody.
I appreciate that.
Anybody who's willing to chase somebody around and sign their forehead before their match when they're gonna need their cardio, that's character right there.
Hey, Mark, can we play it, please? Do you have it handy? Can we play it, please?
Do we
can
have
we listen
to
to me cackle?
Hang on. Real quick, first off, before we do, Rob did make a clarification. Apparently, Warhorse does have an opponent. Warhorse is defending against Devontae Knox and Victor Analog in a triple threat.
Oh, you know what? In that case, I will happily throw my hat out of that race and just sit back and enjoy it live like Warhorse does every time I wrestle. So
there you go.
There you go. All right. Now, because Minderz asked nicely.
And I've had a hell of a time today.
Also, Warhorse, just to let you know, I just got deeply into this one of Slayer's albums. So I'm having a blast with that. Thank you for just screaming Slayer on Twitter long enough that I finally listened.
Which album?
Oh man, I want to say Seasons in the Abyss.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Good choice. All right, I think I've got the video up here, Minderz.
Oh, look it! And the race is on!
It's the cackling that does it. That drives me nuts.
I love the cackling.
I've never seen you so happy.
God.
I've never heard you so happy, Minderz.
You sound like someone who's not only drunk, not only having a good time, but has also freshly inhaled helium.
Right?
So,
it's
wonderful.
Stone cold sober. I was stone cold sober.
My mistake was trying to run around the arena instead of just making a beeline for the front door and just getting outside where I had some space.
That's incredible. See, now you know what to do.
Yeah, right. It's a
you gotta pull
as they say.
You gotta pull the Batman and Robin. You know, not with the rubber lips, because fortunately he doesn't have to kiss you, but like just saran wrap your forehead and then just pull it off whenever he's done.
There you go.
That works.
I like it. All right.
There you go.
Let's see. The only other match I have for the 23rd on my list here, tag team title match, the premiere against Constant Headache, which is Kenny and Anakin.
Yeah.
Anakin, he had a lot to say about the premiere in Mattoon.
All of it true, I'm sure. You know what? I can't say too much, honestly. I have a fondness for those guys. When I was listening to Basil on another light, we'll say, they were some of my closest friends, if we can call ourselves friends. So, and on top of that, they're incredible talents, obviously. So I have a funny feeling that's going to be just an absolute barn burner of a tag match, and I will be watching.
All right, very nice. Okay, yeah, they have the.
I'm trying to send you something, Mark, because we do have another one.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, hey Rob, are you still in the comments there? If we've got anything else, send it our way, dude. We're gonna need it. I mean, listen, I can go an hour if you want me to, but I don't think a body bag match is going to warrant that. So,
no. Here's the official bump.
Oh, nice.
There's the Victor and Warhorse, and Victor and Warhorse had a hell of a match in the when Warhorse beat Victor for the title. So
I'm sure. I unfortunately didn't catch it, but I'm looking forward to seeing whatever replay there might be.
It'll be coming.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. I hope so.
I think that's the only other one.
Jimmy and BA. That's the last one going up.
Jimmy and BA, of course.
Yeah.
I think I've covered that extensively enough. But in case you're still in the dark about it, I'm going to beat the living hell out of BA, and I'm going to seal him in an airtight body bag. That's it.
We got it.
Yeah. I believe that has been established.
We got Country Air coming back too.
Hell yeah! I love those guys.
Oh yeah, the Power Trip and Country Air. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You didn't like Doc so much when you first introduced Basil to everybody down at Noble, though. Poor Doc.
I feel bad for that now. That's a lie. I don't feel bad for anything I did because it got me to where I am now. And if I have to step on you to do it, then I'm going to step on you. But at least I'll have the courtesy to tell you, I'm going to step on you. and I'm going to use you as a stepping stone to get where I want to be. Doc is a fantastic talent, a wonderful, wonderful in-ring athlete, and he's got personality for days. There is literally nothing missing from that package. I love both of those guys, both the guys that comprise Country Air. And I have a funny feeling that a match between Doc and myself would go very, very differently now than it did then. But because he's evolved so much as a performer since coming to 0-1. But some people, some must die so that others may thrive.
Yeah. AJ says, I like Devontae and Victor, all respect to him, but Warhorse will retain his title because he's fueled by Slim Jims and heavy metal. Oh yeah, Warhorse. It's really hard to argue with that, honestly. I think with both of those guys, again, it's Devontae. He's my boy. And I'm pulling for him. I really am. I like Warhorse, but I'm pulling for Devontae in this one. I do think in a triple threat setting with your attention divided, it's going to be really hard to say anything but the experience of Warhorse will prevail in this match. So good luck, Devontae. I'm pulling for you, man.
Don't forget, Devontae's got that briefcase if he can get it away from Chris.
Yeah, so
that's
Chris
true.
Has it. That's I checked. But...
Well, that is true, and hopefully, I'm not going to dwell on the fact that I was in the match and didn't win that briefcase. I'm not going to dwell on that because I got powerbombed through a ladder, and thus here we are. So, because of that, I get to put somebody in a body bag, and I can't even begin to tell you how much joy that brings me. But like I said, I'm still pulling for Devontae. I think he's extremely talented. He's got all the tools. I just really hope that he doesn't let himself get distracted enough that Warhorse takes it. And I do love Warhorse, but he's my prediction. But Devontae is the one I'm hoping for.
Gotcha. Hey, why don't you run through the 30th that we have so far? Because there's a couple of these that I know Karryt's going to have a opinion about.
Yeah. So there we go. Let's start with the main event. They announced Camaro Jackson teaming with Chavo Guerrero against Joey O'Reilly and Theo White.
You know what? If the boys in the back are smart, and what's the date for this? September 30th?
The 30th.
That's the week after. It's the week after the body bag match.
If the boys in the back are smart, and many of them are, every single one of them will be sitting in a circle just picking Chavo Guerrero's brain. And if that's the way that works, that show will be much better for it as long as they listen. There's a bit of an ego about some guys, not all of them, but there's a bit of an ego about some guys now where they don't take advice and they don't feel the need to take advice. They feel like, if I keep doing what I'm doing, eventually I'll get over. And there might be some truth to that, but you can't argue with that much experience. You just can't. So I'm really, that's just my take on everything for the behind the scenes stuff. For the match, it's going to be fantastic. Chavo Guerrero is a wonderful wrestler, extremely underrated. Camaro Jackson, same thing. I don't care for Joey O'Reilly at all as a human being. But he's to give him his props. He's wonderful as well. And Theo is coming along at an alarming rate. He's really going to be somebody. So on top, combine that with the fact that Chavo Guerrero is an absolute tag team mastermind, and that's going to be a fantastic match. I can't wait to see it. I'm regretful that I have to miss the 30th now, but I definitely will be watching that show.
Yeah.
We could probably make something happen. Yeah. Are we going to show Let the Eating Begin?
Oh yeah. So we've had a creative brainstorm. We came up with a Camaro Jackson t-shirt. This is the front.
Let the eating begin. Okay. Yes.
And then here's the back.
Oh, I love it. I genuinely love it.
Now you have to show the video of why we came up with it.
Oh, we discussed it while you were gone.
I saw that match. That was incredible. Camaro, just so you know, man, if you ever come up with stuff, I'll host it on my website. I don't even ask for much in terms of commission, so just get at me.
That Camaro didn't come up with that. Reb came up with that.
Oh, that was...
If he uses it, I don't give a damn. Like, right. I will host it because that's brilliant.
Yeah. All right. Well, we kind of went into this a little bit. Warhorse and the Cobra, the Junior Heavyweight Championship match. Assuming the Warhorse successfully defends on the 23rd.
Correct. Yeah. The championship opportunities are always subject to change based on the previous show. Everybody knows that about wrestling these days. There's nothing strange there. Warhorse and Cobra, though, my God, that's going to be one for the ages. I just a wrestling classic with. You just watch that match for the timing of the things that they do alone. Both of those guys have impeccable timing, and I can't wait to see it. Those are two ring masters, and I'm not talking about Steve Austin. Just they're going to be in there putting on a clinic. So
yeah, that's going to be.
It has the potential to be the match of the night. I'm expecting it to be match of the night.
That has the potential to be match of the year. Just depends on what they decide to do.
Minderz, are you and Rob sharing a brain?
Probably.
Right? Yeah.
Well, even like, I'm just still thrilled that you had on your Warhorse shirt last week, Reb, and I had on my Cobra shirt last week. We were like, man, it'd be really cool to see these two go against each other. And then
that's amazing.
Later that week, a certain match appeared.
That's amazing.
Make shit happen.
I believe it. I will be praying to the heavy metal wrestling gods that Warhorse and I cross paths in the immediate future, and we can have a lengthy discussion about Slayer in the back afterward.
There we go. We'll just have Slayer playing over the PA while you're wrestling.
The whole match. You know what? Yeah. I'm actually kind of afraid to wrestle Warhorse while blasting Slayer, but hey,
that's very true. That's very true.
We'll give it a shot. If anybody can take it, it's me.
No, that's true too.
All right, we got a couple more here. Reign Victoria taking on Heather Reckless in a single.
Oh, match. Wonderful! I'm looking forward to that. I've only seen Heather Reckless, I think, 2 or 3 times, but she's impressed me every time I've seen her. So I look forward to that, and we all know what Reign can do. So that's going to be a wonderful match.
Yeah, and then the last one that I've got here is Victor and Devontae in another 3-way, but this time with Jake Lander.
Oh boy, I'm getting flashbacks.
You should be. You should be.
Oh man, that's you know what? Anytime that these 3-way junior, well, I mean, it's not even a junior heavyweight championship match, but anytime that these 3-way, we'll call it former junior guys, and some of them still junior heavyweight guys. Anytime that those come up, they're bound to be just absolutely killer. So I'm looking forward to that too. Prediction for that one.
Yeah. What is your prediction for that one?
You know what? I got to go Devontae. Dude's on a roll. He's got that briefcase. He's got everything going for him. He's got that briefcase. He's got everything going his way. He broke B.A. Malkin's nose. I got to go with Devontae.
Fair enough.
I was just double checking to make sure we didn't miss anything. Yep, that looks like it.
All right. Well, Jimmy, before we let you go, and I know we kept you for a while, and given the fact you're on a portable battery in the woods, the fact that we survived this long is wonderful.
Yeah, and I'm not the one that lost connection this time.
I know. Is there anything you want to say to your adoring public before we let you go?
To my adoring public, thank you, first of all, for all of the well wishes. I was overwhelmed with messages asking me how I was doing, checking on my recovery process, seeing how the concussion went, seeing how my neck was healing, making sure that I was resting and recovering properly. Interested in, well, as properly as you can be expected from me.
Right.
I was overwhelmed by all of those messages. It was really touching, and I don't get touched very easily emotionally. So thank you for that. I appreciate all the encouragement. I appreciate everybody asking when I'm going to be back in the ring. Fortunately for me, it was sooner than expected. I've been back in the ring for some other places, just trying things out with people that I know aren't going to really threaten me. Say nothing.
I'm not.
But no, I've been trying some things out, and I think I've got a couple of ideas, and I definitely came up with one specifically fun idea for B.A. Malkin. So I'm very much looking forward to that. As for the rest of my adoring public, I just want to go ahead and remind all of you that the cult grows every single day because of people like you. So continue joining, continue the worship, and obey Basil. Oh, and make sure that you come to 01 Saturday, Mattoon, Illinois, the 23rd of September, and watch me put B.A. Malkin in a body bag.
I'll be in front row. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Hey, there is one last thing before he goes.
Uh-huh.
Did you happen to mention to him about the top 5 craziest moments and how he took
I
number
didn't
2?
bring it up. I'm also surprised you hadn't yet. But
So,
well, I've kind of been busy.
oh, fair enough. So I saw this actually because I am a fan of Zach, the camera guy. I'm a fan of his and all of his work, and anything that he does independently, I try to go out of my way to see, just because he's very good with the video production and stuff. It was an extremely well put together list, and it was a very well done video presentation. I take a slight issue with the fact that someone winning a triple threat match via a swanton bomb placed higher than me falling off a 30-foot ladder through 2 tables onto a concrete floor and rupturing my spine and tailbone. But I mean, if we're talking about shocking moments, sure, Marvin winning can take that. That's totally fine. If we're talking about crazy, ain't nobody crazier than Jimmy Karryt. Sorry.
I was honestly surprised that Warhorse and Gary J and the turnbuckle was as low as it was on that list.
It definitely earned a place on that list for sure. It's one of those things, and I'm not downplaying it in any way, shape, or form. It left Warhorse permanently facially disfigured. That's nothing to joke about. So I'm not downplaying it in any way, shape, or form. But that was more of a. I mean, it was crazy that it happened, but that was more of a freak accident. You know, these things kind of happen. It's wrestling. It's not ballet. You've heard all the jokes. Oh, Rob. More shocking, yes. Crazier, no. Eat me. Also, I told you to piss off. Sorry, Rob. I love you. No, so there's a very valid place on that list for all of the moments that they listed. I do take an issue with the fact that somebody falling 30 feet through 2 tables onto a concrete floor and rupturing their tailbone as well as their spine. I literally couldn't walk for 3 weeks, so that was cool. I do take issue with the fact that I wasn't ranked at number 1 on that because, I mean, how could I not be? But, in terms of a very subjective list and a very objective selection of moments as a whole, it was great. So.
Yep. All right. Well, Jimmy, we're going to be there on the 23rd to see you put BA in the body bag as you promised.
I have a sign for you. Oh, by the way, is this anything goes also in this body bag match? Is that how this works?
I mean, I can't imagine that if I'm going to be trying to suffocate a person in a body bag, airtight, and then hopefully drag them off to their immediate doom, I can't imagine that somebody's going to take issue with a chair shot or 2. So, yeah, I'd have to say anything goes. I learned something about my last Anything Goes match, though. The referees at 0-1 don't appreciate it if you attempt to put a power drill through someone's head.
I saw that. Yeah.
So, you live and you learn.
I've only seen one guy do that, and that was Madman Pondo.
Well, like I said, you live and learn. You try things and you see what you get away with. And, just because I didn't get away with it the first time doesn't mean I won't the next. So who knows?
If at first you don't succeed,
depends on who the
right?
ref is.
It depends on who the ref is and how badly the guy I'm wrestling just so happens to have pissed him off.
Is there a chance that Bradley Todd's going to be the referee in this match?
Oh, boy.
I like Bradley, but he might have his hands full with that one.
Yeah, that might be.
I hope not. I hope not. Not because I dislike Bradley. I don't. But for the safety of him and his family and anyone who cares about him, I really hope that they pick their referees very wisely, and I hope that they're wise enough to keep their distance.
I may or may not have almost accidentally gotten Bradley killed at Edgewood a couple weeks ago. Because
all right, story time.
All right, so Mad Dog. It was Mad Dog and BA in Edgewood.
Yeah,
and how Connolly's kind of he's kind of laissez-faire about where he throws that chain when he's coming to the ring. It just lands in the ring wherever.
Yeah.
He does not like it when other people touch his chain. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
No, I didn't, but I can imagine. I'm very defensive of Basil. I can imagine it's the same way.
Well, Bradley moved the chain into the corner, and Connolly didn't see it. And later on, I think Connolly questioned some of Bradley's officiating, and was kind of getting in his face a little bit. And then I may have said, "Hey, he touched your chain too," and then he turned immediately back around and started chasing Bradley. It was, I felt kind of bad that sometimes I like to stir shit up too.
Hey, you know what? There is nothing wrong with stirring the pot, ruffling some feathers. That's how you make that's how you make waves. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I would question the logic, the reasoning, and the the morality of doing it to a poor little referee, but this is your business, not mine.
Well, I know.
Well, you stir the pot too much, and people come on here and call you a bottom feeder. So I got called that last week.
By who?
Chris O'Brien.
Oh, well.
He's talking about all the fans, though, not just you.
No,
you know what, though?
He said Reb was okay.
Oh yeah.
You know what though? If you're a bottom feeder, at least you're eating. It doesn't look like Chris O'Brien is.
All right.
Just real quick, that's for you, Chris.
Oh, yeah. That's what Devontae. You got to deal with the powder keg, apparently. So.
Yeah, it's true.
Hey, temporary as an allegiance may be, when I'm in it, I'm in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And he just popped Barry.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jimmy, we're going to let you get out of here. Thanks for coming.
Hey, I got nowhere better to be, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but if we talk Thursday Night Throwdown, you don't know who half the people are. So
this is true. I'm sorry. I'll have to see if I can make it out there sometime and stir some. We like to stir the pot, right?
Yeah,
yes,
exactly. Well, that was where I took the sign that BA couldn't rip, which was kind of fantastic. I took a Jimmy Karryt will not die sign and I laminated it, and then I held it up in front of his face, and he didn't like me. He still doesn't like me, but he gets more and more angry with me.
That's incredible.
Mark, you know what?
He's just fed up with you.
Let's finish this off with how BA yelled at me last.
Oh yeah, we got to show that.
We got to show that.
Yeah. What you got?
All right, here we go.
All right. Yeah, he was not happy with you. What is he calling himself now? What was that announcement there?
The menace to society or something like that.
I believe so. Yeah.
Well, what do you know? I'm not only taking out a menace, but I'm saving society.
There you go. How about that?
I'll be a martyr for society's dysfunctions. It's fine.
Whoops, that was the wrong thing. Hold on, I was going to look it up real quick because he has it. BA has X now. Malkin the Menace. Malkin the Menace.
Got it. All right. I'll have to look that up and terrorize him on. I refuse to call it X. I'm going to terrorize him on Twitter.
There you go.
All right. Thanks for dealing with all my technical difficulties.
Hey, you know what? It's live. Yeah, we got to do it live. I'm happy to be here regardless of which host or both I get. So.
I say we were talking about that before it started too. We said, well, you had me for a while by yourself. It was just you and me on the first time you were on the podcast.
Yep. Fortunately for me, well, fortunately for everybody listening, I suppose, I can hold a conversation with just about anybody. So, especially when we're talking wrestling, I can talk wrestling all day.
Oh yeah.
That's true. All right. Well, let's let him go so we can get through Thursday Night Throwdown. Because Mark, if we go another 3.5 hours tonight, I'm gonna smack you.
Yeah, that was poorly planned last night. Our regular podcast went 3.5 hours.
If you ask Karryt's opinion, you may as well. Let's ask Karryt's opinion. Who's at
My
fault?
opinion on what?
Who's at fault? CM Punk or Jungle Jack?
Jeez. AEW. No, I'm kidding. I have absolutely.
No, we're calling Tony. Yeah.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I have absolutely no idea what the actual details of the situation are. I was keeping up with it for a while, and then like the story kept changing and more drama and more gossip, and it was just like everything just seems like clickbait to me now. So I stayed completely out of it. here's what we know. Here's what I know anyway, just based on historical evidence and how these people act. Um, CM Punk is a guy that does not take being disrespected lightly. We're aware of this. Um, so somehow or another, whether real or perceived, um, there was a feeling of disrespect garnered in CM Punk's heart. He reacted, and maybe he reacted too harshly. Um, maybe AEW reacted too harshly in firing him. Maybe Jungle Boy reacted too harshly with how, or I guess maybe acted too harshly with how he went about doing things that he was possibly told not to do. I have no idea. I wasn't there. Having said all of that, I think it's going to be an absolute shame to see CM Punk, or to not see CM Punk on an AEW product, Collision specifically, because that's been a great show up till now. And I think it's a shame that this couldn't have been handled in a more beneficial way. I have no idea who is at fault, and I refuse to say everybody, but I also refuse to point fingers at people unjustly. So I apologize for giving a non-answer.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's fine. That's kind of the way we've all been. We're all pointing fingers at Tony, honestly.
I mean,
for not having a set of balls.
there's a very strong argument that some of this would have never transpired if Tony had put his foot down a couple of times in the past, at least a couple more times in the past. I'm sure he has behind the scenes and we just don't know about it. But perhaps if there was more of a precedent for that kind of thing, people would be more cognizant of how they react to things. And maybe that would have prevented it. Maybe it wouldn't. It's kind of impossible to say. At this point, it's all fantasy booking. It's all hearsay. But it is what it is. And again, I'm sorry for giving a non-answer, but I can't point fingers at people that I don't know.
It's all good. All right. Well, thanks for your take. It was something we were just curious because that was a big part of our discussion last night on Flipping the Rails. So
it has to be, man. You guys are doing wrestling, and in order to cover wrestling, you got to cover what's happening in it. So
yeah. All right. Well, now we're gonna let you go. We've kind of left you dangling here a little past few minutes.
Yeah, I mean, you guys keep dangling the carrot in front of me. No pun intended. So
I see. Yeah, I see what you did there. All right. Well, we will see you on the 23rd, sir, and have a good week.
Yeah, very much so.
The fifth time you're back on the show. Maybe we'll get through with no problems whatsoever.
You know what? We're going to keep doing these podcasts until we get through it with no problems whatsoever. Also, as a side note, just want to say one more thing to everybody sitting there listening. JimmyKarryt.com/shop. Tons of great new merch up there. Check it out. I want to see everybody decked out in Jimmy Karryt stuff for this match where I bury B.A. Malkin, because God knows if you're on the wrong side of history, you're going to regret it.
All right, there you go.
And I got sweatshirts on the way, so I'm excited.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. And with that, we're gonna let Jimmy go here.
Thank you all.
See you soon. Yep.
Take care.
Yep.
See ya.
Well, that was fun.
For you.
Never short for words.
No, and I'm thankful for that. He always makes it entertaining.
He really does.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, definitely. And he had no issues with the Wi-Fi this time around. So,
go figure.
Believe it or not.
That apparently is what happened at my house. The internet went down. So.
Oh, okay. That explains it. Well,
that's why I kept jumping on my phone and trying to do what I could. So
now we're going to have Jimmy back on after the body bag match at some point and get you on there for the full chat.
Yeah, right? Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll have Jimmy back on at some point. So.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, let's run down Thursday Night Throwdown, Minderz, and then we'll get out of here. So tomorrow night.
Are we going through last week? Did we go through? We didn't go through last week.
Let's run down the results from last week real quick while I'm thinking about it. Find my.
Get your notes.
Yep. There we go. All right. Thursday Night Throwdown, August 31st, last Thursday. IP Mason defeated Kevin Rabowski, the skinny little bastard. Lobo the Hobo beat the Glitch by DQ.
Hey, we called that match too, by the way. That one wasn't set up for next week. That wasn't set up originally. And I said, hey, are they going to have that one too? Yeah.
Yeah. And then that wound up being a massive, and then a big brawl broke out between all four of those guys. So they're going to have a match this week, I believe, to try to squash the beef, as it were. Theo White beat LDLC.
Yeah, Joey didn't show up.
Yeah, Joey wasn't there.
It was that's supposed to be Theo and Joey versus LDLC and a mystery partner.
Well, Theo was able to handle business. So.
Yep.
Anakin Murphy beating Ashlyn Alexander. We mentioned it during the Jimmy interview. That was a hell of a match. It was a fun one.
It's a very good match. Although she did flip off Anakin at the end, so.
Yes, she did. She was not happy with taking the loss in that match.
No, she was not.
No. Let's see. Speaking of Anakin, Kenny Calix defeated Tommy Davis.
You know what? I'm going to throw this out there and see if it happens.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, exactly, Rob. I noticed. Joey O'Reilly decided not to show up last week. I'm going to throw this one out there. I wouldn't mind seeing CMC going against Tommy Davis. I think that would be a good match.
Okay.
And I get silence from Rob.
Well, you just said
Rob, Reb. Sorry, Reb.
Oh, no, I mean, that's fine. I think I'm sure it'd be a fine match. Just well, CMC doesn't try to draw on Tommy's head.
Speaking of CMC, I just got a message. That's you, Reb. That's what happened to you.
Oh. Making light of a man's misery. It's real mature.
Oh, but you haven't taken the hat off during this show, have you? Darn it.
I wasn't planning on it. I'll just say this. My brother he watches the video like after the fact on the JTR podcast, and I just got a 2-word message from him this morning. It said 2 words, "Your head!" exclamation point.
You have a yarmulke right now.
I have a flesh-colored yarmulke. All due respect to Arn Anderson.
Oh, shoot.
All right,
okay.
Let's move on here.
Let's move on.
Chris O'Brien beat 5-star Jesse J by DQ.
And that wasn't supposed to be him either.
No, that was a change.
Supposed to be Hendricks.
Oh, yeah. Supposed to be the rematch. The Battle of the Chris's Part 2, but sadly that did not happen.
No.
Mad Dog Connolly beat Big Munch. That was our house fight of the evening.
Why did Connolly bring a fork to the ring?
I don't know. But then he was trying to take out Munch with the hole puncher at the table.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got to make sure everything is bolted down at that building, or Connolly will try to kill you with it. I just hope he never notices I always have a pocket knife in my pocket.
Yeah, then you will have to run out the door.
And he could probably catch me.
Probably. Hey,
yeah,
then CMC and High Voltage teamed up together.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Yeah, CMC, High Voltage Cat taking on Rain Victoria and Max W. House, filling in for Myron Damone. Are we going to talk about Max's coffee holsters?
Yes, please. What? I get he needs caffeinated. I understand that. But do you really need 2 holsters on either side of your body?
No, I'm going to put this out there. I want him to come out next time with those coffee holsters and the helmet with the cup holders.
There you go.
Then he's got 4 cups of coffee.
He'll be set.
That's a lot of coffee.
That's a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
That's a good match to go back and take a look at with Rain.
Rain getting the pin on CMC. It made my day.
I'm sure it did.
Let's see. And then the main event, Devontae Knox defeating Jacques Kennedy in a non-title match.
So does that mean...
Beat them clean.
Does that mean Devontae has earned a shot?
You would think so.
I would think.
I mean, that's more a question for our general manager if he's still in the comments. But I don't know if Rob is still in the chat.
I mean,
so that's what
makes sense to me. But
it makes sense to me too. All right, so that's what happened last Thursday. Let's talk about tomorrow. So we kind of mentioned it. No DQ tag team match, Dual Shock. IP Mason and Harley Miller taking on SLB and Lobo the Hobo. Yeah, this kind of
Rob. Hold on, I gotta stop you. Rob just commented.
Oh, we're wondering, does Devontae earn a Shining Light title shot now that he beat the Luminary last week? He's multitasking. Okay, respect. I respect the
Reb
commitment
knows
there.
how hard that is. He tried to do it last week.
Yeah, and then my number one pick almost tears an ACL in practice, so now I might not have my tight end.
Oh no!
Friggin' Kelsey. All right. But where were we? Oh, talking about the no DQ
Dual
match.
shock and yeah.
All right. So pick me a winner here, Minderz, because all the rules are out the window in this one.
How can you? Okay, is the glitch in the chat?
He was earlier. I don't know if he's still there.
He was earlier. Okay. You know, I get what they're doing. The Luminary should worry about getting BA ready for gym. I agree with you, Rob. I'm going to go with Lobo and SLB. Lobo comes in off a train. Unpredictable.
Carrying a stick.
Carrying a stick.
And he actually used the stick last week. He finally used the stick in a fight.
But the stick has a lot further reach than a game controller.
That's very true. That's why I'm telling you, he needs to have the power glove.
Yeah, well.
I'm just saying. I think I'm picking DualShock. I think they have some tricks up their sleeves, even when they're not wearing long sleeves.
I'm not even going to laugh at that one. Sorry.
No, you don't have to. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Let's see. All right, Ashlyn Alexander versus Reign Victoria. I don't know.
Is Nixie still kind of avoiding Reign?
It seems that way. But yeah, Ashlyn, this might be a bit of a tall order for Reign. Ashlyn, she can go.
Ashlyn can go.
Beware of the lariat. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, beware of the lariat. I'm not even. I don't even know if I can even pick winners tonight, honestly.
Oh, you don't have to.
Both of them have.
Something to prove.
Yeah, so it's going to be who wants it more.
It's a pick 'em.
Yep.
As Girl Monsoon would say. All right, let's move on.
Okay,
let's main event. I got these out of order. Rob's finally getting his shot, and he's very confident. If you reading the comments in the chat in this on this broadcast, but Rob's taking on Joey. No funny business, as I understand. No guest referees, no guest timekeepers. But
Rob, the rest of the ref customers are going to be there, correct?
Well, I think they're booked, so they'll be there.
Okay, good. As long as they're there, it makes me feel better knowing they're there to maybe control some of the
chaos
that can happen outside of the ring.
Yeah. So yeah, and then Rob said himself, if he beats Joey tomorrow, he will be issuing the open challenge instead of Joey on the 23rd.
Good.
And Connolly will not be excluded.
Sweet.
Which might be a fool's errand because I wouldn't want to deal with Connolly.
Well, like they said earlier, I think if there was anybody that, well, I'll be there, but I've been studying and learning what I need to do. I'm ready. Good. Good to hear.
There you go. Well, good luck, Rob.
We'll have to catch it on the Patreon because, my foot sucks.
Right. Because CSC broke it. All right.
We did not.
All right. Next up here, we got Anakin Murphy and Tommy Davis. So
Tommy
tried one part of Constant Headache, so he's trying the other half now.
Yep. I think this is going to be a good match.
I think it's going to be fun. Yeah. I'm going to pick Anakin on this one, though.
I'm going to go with Anakin also.
They've riding a wave of momentum, the Constant Headache boys going into their title shots. So.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. What's next here? Okay. Fatal 4-Way. The Luminary, ATM, Myron Damone, Kenny Calix. As I understand, non-title. I think there was a question in the comments if the 4-Way is going to be for the Shining Light Championship. I don't believe it is. But
Kenny, stay away from Damone.
If you listen to the glitch, I'd say you stay away from ATM.
You know what, though? I mean, Myron's going to be throwing all of them around like ragdolls. So
very true.
I'm just trying to, Kenny, if you're going to get thrown, then try to be the third one thrown. That's all I'm saying.
All right, pick me a winner, Minderz. Who's taking this one?
Non-title?
Non-title.
As much as I want to go for Kenny, I'm torn between Kennedy and ATM.
Okay. I'm thinking ATM myself.
That's what I'm kind of leaning to.
Yeah. The CEO of Moneymaker LLC.
Yeah.
Mr. All That Matters. All right. What's next on my list here? All right. The O'Neill brothers against the New Guys. This is a sort of a rematch from a few weeks ago when it was the six-person tag match because Nixie and Colt. What's the guy's name? Kane. I forget his first name. Apologies.
Cordell.
Cordell Kane. Thank you. There was a six-person tag match there. Now we're getting just a straight-up tag match between these four fellas. I like the new guys.
You pick a winner. You pick a winner.
I like the new guys. I'm digging what they're doing, but I always say it comes down to experience. So I got to go with the O'Neills on this one.
You can't go against brothers.
No. And I believe that's all the matches that they have for tomorrow announced. So.
By the way, I may have missed it. Maybe you did play it. Did you happen to play the breakdown of how we got to Constant Headache and?
I was saving that for when you were going to be back. I was going to wait till we got through Thursday Night Throwdown first. Okay. But I do have it queued up if you want to go ahead and play that.
Let's go ahead and play that because I think we ought to end the show with Karryt's promo just to remind everybody what he's going to do to BA.
Okay. Well, before we play those, let's pay the bills real quick.
All right.
Get that out of the way. All right. ProWrestlingTees.com/JTRPod. There you see all the stuff from Jumping the Rail from the 0-1 Shootout. You got the Prodigy shirt. You got the Get Your Shit and Move shirt. All the other cool stuff. Independent Wrestling Matters. Then you get the brand new Prodigy shirt, if you so choose, with that handsome O right there.
The egg.
Stop it.
I still hear I'm in trouble, so it's okay.
Well, you're not. Well, you are, but yeah, I'm not happy. BrainbusterTees.com/other/JTR-podcast-network. Even more shirts from the Shootout, from Jumping the Rail, from Gold Rush. There you see you got the ones Giddy Mindy, you got the Spoon shirt, you got the logo, the original logo shirt, the white one, and then you got the new one, the CP Arts logo that we've been so proud of. And you can get T-shirts, hoodies, caps, stickers, fanny packs, baseball shirts, long sleeve shirts, all kinds of good stuff there. So go check that out. Also available another Prodigy shirt, a little bit more subtle.
Not really.
I'm a Minderz guy there.
There you go.
Or I'm a Minderz girl if you're so inclined. 0-1 USA has merchandise at all of the shows, and also just contact them to get specialty orders done. T-shirts, tumblers, water bottles, cups, coffee cups, mugs, all kinds of good stuff there. You can get the brand new 0-1 logo, the Fighting Athletes logo there. You get their own version of the Get Your Shit and Move shirt. You get the brand new Reign Victoria Corn-Fed Hero shirt. And then the 0-1 Army KISS logo shirt there, if you're so inclined. Patreon.com/01USA for all the cool content. The Thursday Night Throwdowns, they've got War Games up. They got all kinds of cool stuff there for $5 a month. So definitely check that out. And yeah, I think that's everything. Next week, we have a tentative guest announcement. We are scheduled to have the Shining Light Champion, the luminary Jacques Kennedy, joining us. We're still waiting on confirmation on that. We may have a surprise also. We'll have to wait and see.
I don't like surprises.
Well, you know the surprise.
I still don't like surprises.
I know. The next episode on the 20th is High Voltage Cat going to be joining us?
Yes.
And then
I got confirmation today.
And then I think her buddy Cat Carter is going to jump in later on that show too.
I think so.
So we'll get talk to both of them. It'll be a lot of fun. September 27th, the last show before the Clinton show, we'll be joined by Reign Victoria.
That'll be fun.
Ahead of her match with Heather Reckless, so that'll be a lot of fun. And then, yeah, so that's what we got coming up in the future. But I was sent a video of a promo that got from Constant Headache ahead of their match on the 23rd with the premiere. So we're going to go ahead and play that real quick. And then, because Minderz asked so nicely, we'll play the Jimmy Karryt promo again after that one. Rob says I should be on soon to celebrate my title win. Rob,
We've been wanting you on for 2 years.
You have an open. We haven't been on a show for 2 years. We haven't been on a show for 1 year.
No, we were wanting him on JTR too. Remember?
That's true. But no, Rob, you have an open invitation anytime. Just let us know. But yeah, let's get to this video from Constant Headache.
Me and my brother were supposed to have a 0-1 USA Tag Team Championship match against the Premier. We want matches that are worthy of our star power. And these guys put us against Constant Headache. I don't really see that as a challenge that would need me to be there. Oh, what happened? Well, Campbell and Bishop decided that me and Kenny weren't good at competition, so they called out. I'm thinking Premier out. They called out on me, they called out on you, called out on that race, called out on Rob. They called out. Since the Premier wants to run around with their tail tucked between their legs, we're going to open challenge. Where is this notion that it's their match that they're supposed to have or that they've earned? Because that's the part that's lost on me. I was under the impression we would come back to 0-1. We would get quality tag team matches after proving ourselves and earning those titles back. There is a reason this vanity project you call a wrestling stable fell apart. There's a reason why Kenny Callis is 20 matches in, and at 18 years old, he can out-wrestle both of you any day of the week. There's a reason why I'm booked all over the Midwest, all over the South, and I still exit out of that curtain in that tune every single month while both of you want to cancel and call yourselves champions. All the Premier has to do is bitch on Twitter and thank promoters for a pre-show spot. Is everything I'm saying striking a nerve with you two? Then good. Then actually show up. Actually walk out of that curtain with our tag team titles. And come do something about it.
Well,
we were in that. I was kind of excited we were in it.
I know, right? If this thing goes viral, we're famous.
We're famous.
Well, that's not why we're in this. But yeah, that's a very cool edit of the video there. I'm not sure who did the editing on there, but a great sum up of the whole issue between those two teams. So we'll get to see it go down hopefully on the 23rd.
Yep.
And who knows? Maybe we'll get new tag champs.
We might.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Right.
Mark, are we ready to call this? This one's went longer than normal too. What are we doing?
A little bit. We both love talking wrestling, and also Jimmy had a lot to say. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and catch most of it.
yeah, I hope I didn't lose too much of you. But let's go ahead. We're going to get out of here until next Wednesday. And like I said, we'll play the Jimmy promo one more time before we get out of here. But for Minderz, this is Reb. Thanks again to Jimmy Karryt for joining us, and reminding you all, life is hard, work stiff, and we will see you all in a week.
Ladies and gentlemen of 01, my name is the Powder Keg Jimmy Karryt, and welcome to my humble abode. B.A. Malkin's been a thorn in my side for quite some time. You see, when you threw me off a stage through a door, you said you killed me. When you powerbombed me from one ladder through, not onto, but through another ladder, you said you killed me. You split my head open with a steel chair. Gave me a concussion that I had to walk away from the ring from. You want to end me so badly, and I can't figure out why. I can't. You don't know what you're asking. You really don't. But you will. I'm going to make a comparison to somebody you've probably never heard of. Anybody out there ever heard of rock and roll Buck Zumhofe? Well, if you're a 70s and 80s fan, maybe you have. You know what Buck's known for? Aside from atrocities outside the ring that are honestly unspeakable, what he's known for inside the ring is being the first person that The Undertaker ever put inside a body bag. And that's the comparison, B.A. Nobody remembers him for anything. Just like you. No one will remember you either. The high note in your career will be a footnote in mine. You've accepted my challenge, and I really, really wish you wouldn't have. September 23rd, Mattoon, Illinois for 01. B.A. Malkin versus the Powder Keg Jimmy Karryt in a body bag match. Yeah, I know. I know exactly what you're thinking. Nobody wants to be in a body bag match. And that's the point, right, Basil? That's the point. You want to end me? And ending me is exactly what you're going to have to do. And I don't think you have it in you. September 23rd, Mattoon, Illinois. One of us goes in here. Two walk into the ring. One leaves in a body bag. We're ending this.